How to invest $1,000 in a stock market in February 2021. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. First thing we need to do, we need to make sure that it is the right thing for you to invest in a stock market. Let me explain. Average return on a stock market is from 6 to 8% annually in past 30 years. So if you invest $1,000 in a stock market and you get a return that you hope you will get, let's say we average it is going to be 7%, you are going to make $70 in a year on your $1,000 investment. If $1,000 is the only money that you have, maybe you should consider taking this money and creating a side hustle. Let's say you would buy a lawnmower. You would start cutting people's grass and you would make money like that, let's say on your weekends. That would bring more money in than investing in a stock market. If you do that every week, let's say you charge $100, you make $100 every week. If we have 52 weeks in a year, that's $5,200 on your $1,000 investment. So in that case, this would be a better idea. But if you have a sufficient income coming in your way every week, every 2 weeks, every month, and you have certain emergency fund, and on top of that, you have $1,000 laying around in your bank account, then yes, it's great idea for you to invest in a stock market because it offers better return than what the inflation is or whatever your saving account in the bank will offer you. So in that case, yes, you are the right person and you should invest in that stock market. If you're a beginner investor or you're just starting to invest, definitely stay tuned in because this video is 100% for you. I will show you exactly what stocks to buy. So now the big question, what stock to pick? When investors try to pick certain stocks like Amazon, Apple, Google, Microsoft, they tend to do way worse than if they purchase ETFs. So what is ETF? Imagine the ETF is one share. It's like a basket that holds a little bit of certain companies that are in certain field. So let's say this basket focuses on technology companies. Then in that basket, we will have a little bit of Apple, a little bit of Microsoft, a little bit of Visa, PayPal, MasterCard, I mean, you name it. So what it does, it greatly diversify your portfolio. So if one of those companies tanks, it dies, or it just drops 50%, your portfolio is not gonna drop 50% because the other companies will carry it. If that company underperforms the other companies over and over and over, then eventually it will be replaced with company that tends to do better. So your portfolio is relatively safe. So what ETFs I believe in and I picked for you today. So Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF is one of the safest options. It tracks 100% of a publicly traded companies within the US. So however the US economy performs, that's how this stock will perform, or this ETF will perform. So as we can see, in last 5 years, it managed to make 110%, which is really, really good. That's around 20% a year, which is great. As we can see, the market cap, that's an important indication. There's 215 billion invested in this ETF, which is a great number. And it offers 1.38 dividend yield. So on the top of this performance, on every $100 that you invest, you will get $1.38 every year. Next stock I picked for you is a SPY, which tracks large and mid cap companies out of the S&P 500. S&P 500 is a similar thing. It tracks the best and largest performing companies within the US. Right now there's a 505 companies in it. So that one in last 5 years did 101%. Pretty much similar growth to it, but S&P is one of the safest ways to invest in the stock market. This ETF has a market cap of 328 billion and it offers 1.5% of a dividend yield. Next one I picked for you is VGT, which is technology ETF. That one, it tracks technology stocks, so it's a more narrow niche. But in our future, I can't imagine our world not to be consumed by technology. So I believe this stock will, or this ETF will do really well, because the technology is improving exponentially. So as we can see, in 5 years, this stock managed to gain 265%, which greatly outperformed the VGI or SPY that I just showed you. And the last thing I want to show you, the last asset that I picked for you that I think is really important to consider, is Bitcoin. It's the largest cryptocurrency in the world, and in a year we can see great increase from 10,000 to 40,000 right now, which is 300% return in a year. So I think it carries sufficient amount of a risk, but it offers a great reward. So I think Bitcoin should always have a little place in your portfolio. So now finally, how should you create your portfolio? How much money should you put in certain ETFs? So I separated it into 3 different categories based on a risk. So low risk, medium risk, and a high risk. Low risk provides lower reward. High risk will provide a higher reward. So it's always like that. All right, so let's look at it. So for the lower risk portfolio, you should put $500 in S&P 500 ETF, which right now trades for $388 per share. So you will purchase 1.29 share. And then second 50% you should put in total stock market ETF, VTI. That one trades for 205, so you will get 2.43 shares. I mean, this portfolio is a well diverse portfolio, and you shouldn't be worried about losing money in the longer run. So this is a very safe option. Medium risk portfolio, that one focuses a little more on the technology and dips in a little bit of that Bitcoin that we talked about. So that one, you should put 40% in a S&P 500 just to have entire kind of economy in there as well. And then put 50% in just the technology ETF, because technology, that's something that will keep climbing up no matter what. And then 10% in a Bitcoin, it's kind of like a bonus. I mean, if you lose the 10%, nothing really matters, but the 10% can just skyrocket up there and it will carry your portfolio a little bit. And then the high risk portfolio, over there, I think you should put a little less money in an entire stock market, still keep a lot of money in the technology, and be a little heavier on a Bitcoin. So 30% in a S&P 500, 50% in technology, and 20% in Bitcoin. This is how my portfolio pretty much looks. I invest 1/3 of my money in a S&P 500 and 2/3 in the technology, just because I really believe in technology and that's gonna be here from now on forever and it's only going to get better. And then I'm a little heavier on a Bitcoin. When you purchase a Bitcoin, you can purchase it on exchange platforms or wherever you trade your stocks. But over there, you're not gonna hold the actual Bitcoin. You will hold a certificate of that price of that Bitcoin, but it's not the actual one. So if you actually want to own actual Bitcoin, try to buy it on a different platform where you actually receive the actual Bitcoin. And on how to store a Bitcoin, check out my video. I will just put the link somewhere here below or above. Yeah, so you can check it out so you can make sure that your Bitcoin is always safe. Let me know in a comment section below, how do you guys like my diversification? Would you do something differently? Would you invest in crypto? Would you cut it out? What would you do? Or how does your portfolio look like? Let me know. I would really love to see it, and I hope you really enjoyed it. You found it valuable. If you did, hit that like button. It will, really help me out, and subscribe. I would love to see you here again, and stay tuned for my next videos.